Welcome everyone to this YouTube channel called the Upper 90 Soccer Channel, where we talk about soccer, mostly about Chelsea, but also the rest of the Premier League because again, I love soccer and I know you love soccer and want to learn more about it. So today we are going to talk about Tuchel and how he's been doing for Chelsea since he's been doing a phenomenal job at the club. So let's dive into it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tuchel has been the manager for Chelsea for the last 8 matches. Since he came in January of this year, taking over for Lampard, he's had a phenomenal run that most people are not even talking about. Currently, right now, they've played 8 matches under his management, where they've actually won 6 and drawn twice. In those games, though, they've beaten Tottenham, they've beaten Atletico Madrid, Burnley. Yes, they did have a few draws against Wolves and against Southampton, which they probably should have won. But the fact that since he's been managing, Chelsea has not lost a game is just amazing. And due to the fact though that Manchester City is playing so out of their minds right now, no one is talking about Chelsea and Tuchel and how he's been doing. But if they can keep this up, I have a feeling in the next couple of weeks, people will start noticing and talking about their run that they're having right now. Because again, this run that Chelsea is currently having is starting to push forward to maybe being the top two, top three. Again, they are in the top four, or they're right there in the top four. So again, after these next couple games, they could definitely be there. Again, with Tuchel, the formation that he has been playing, I think, has been suiting certain players really well that we haven't seen when we had Frank Lampard as our manager. We are seeing Alonso playing on the left wing, which has been making a huge difference. We're also seeing Jorginho back in the midfield, who again has been able to dictate the midfield by making a lot of passes, a lot of educated and decisive passes to open up defenses. We've even seen Hudson-Odoi back in the team as well on the right wing. Yes, he did have a bad game the other day, but again, overall, a lot of these players that we were not seeing are now starting to shine under Tuchel. Because again, when Lampard was managing, we did see a lot of players that were doing really well, but I think we weren't getting that rotation that the team needed and that motivation that was really helping us keep going. Because again, when we had Frank Lampard, we did have a good run where people were talking about Chelsea maybe winning the league. And then we had a poor form for a month and a half to 2 months. And obviously, we know what happened. Lampard was let go and Tuchel came in. The same could be said now, though, that Tuchel, again, is getting this nice current form going. We could dip down. But because of the rotation, I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, we do have some injuries that could affect that as well. Thiago Silva is still currently out, though I think he should be back within a week or so. He did have a little bit of a knock, but I think because against Atletico Madrid, we didn't want to risk anything. Therefore, I think he will be back in the next league game that we're going to have this upcoming weekend. Along with that, Pulisic doesn't seem to be finding his form yet, and I'm not sure if he's been hurt as well or some type of injury. And Kai Havertz is the other player that I'm really looking forward to seeing, and hopefully he can get back into the squad because Timo Werner has definitely been doing a lot better since Tuchel has come. I'm not sure it's because of the German connection or what was going on there, but Timo Werner did mention earlier this week that he did have a harder time adapting to the Premier League like a lot of other players do because again, the Premier League is definitely a harder league to adapt from a different, whether it's the Bundesliga, La Liga, and any of the other leagues that people come from. Because again, it seems that the Premier League has a little more of aggressive type play along with a little faster pace, even though Timo Werner is a very fast player. But I hope this actually helps him continue to move forward. And again, going back to Kai Havertz, hopefully with Tuchel, again, that German to German connection, we can have a really good solid connection between Kai and Timo Werner because again, those two are so young and the potential for what they can do is so high. Whether we get it this season may not happen, but for the coming seasons, I think is going to be something that most teams are going to be a little afraid of to face. So again, with Tuchel in charge, I'm actually very happy. Though I at first was not happy with him coming in, I was a little disappointed with Frank Lampard leaving because again, being a huge Chelsea fan, I was really there to back up Lampard. Again, I know we were doing pretty poorly with him, but again, with Tuchel in, I can't be disappointed with the way we've been playing because again, It's a lot more entertaining. We look like we're actually going to score a lot of goals, or we're on the verge of scoring. Our defense has been pretty solid as well, along with just the way the players have been playing on the field. You can definitely see there's a different type of confidence with the players out there, which again makes a huge difference because at the end of Lampard's reign, a lot of the players looked gassed, didn't look like they really cared too much for playing for Chelsea, and didn't really put a whole lot of effort. But now with Tuchel there, with that manager bounce, maybe we're getting that motivation to come back again, which again is what we need. Obviously, we need the fans there in the stadium as well. That makes a huge difference because, again, that will help motivate a lot of players to do better because, again, when you get that cheering, the booing, it can drive a player to play a lot better. So maybe once that comes, that will also help our squad, along with Tuchel, have more time with the players to finally have that solid foundation with a starting 11. So overall, I'm happy with Tuchel. I'm looking forward to what the rest of the season has for him. I do feel fairly confident with his tactics. Again, he does a little bit different with the defensive style, with the attacking style. But again, it seems to be working for him and for Chelsea. So again, I hope this looks and does well for the Chelsea squad because again, I don't want us to miss out in the top four, which has been a pretty solid and tight top four. Again, West Ham United, Leicester, Manchester City, Manchester United are all teams that are really pushing for that top four position. I don't see City or United dropping out. I could see Leicester and West Ham and Chelsea coming back in that position. But again, we'll see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed today's topic on Tuchel because, again, I think he's a solid German manager for Chelsea. And if you do like what you're listening to, make sure to like and subscribe to his YouTube channel because it does help the YouTube algorithm. It helps grow this channel. And again, I want to talk more and more soccer with you, the viewer, and all the Chelsea fans out there and all the fans that watch the Premier League. So again, if you like what you saw, comment down below, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.